It's been since last summer that I got the Ab Carver. Because I wanted abs like that, see? And I also got, as part of the package, this perfect push-up thingy, which I love. And I can't remember how to use that. I found it in the bottom of one of the boxes when I was preparing to do this review of the products. And I just love this thing. I don't know why. I got really into pull-ups. And it strengthened my core a whole bunch. So I'm just feeling like really strong. And it's nice. And I'm thinking that I need to lose some weight because the guys in the commercial, you can see not just this part of their abs, but this, and I can feel there's about 3/4 of an inch to an inch of fat on there. The other thing is I've been losing, and I'll post before pictures. This is disappearing and makes this definition much more pronounced. It's a lot of fun. I like these tools to help me exercise, and it makes me feel really strong, especially like I went indoor rock climbing, and I don't know why I didn't equate how good that would be to have done a ton of pull-ups. I can do 12 in a row from a dead hang, and that for a 56-year-old man, I'm pretty proud of that. I'm really lucky to have such good genetics and good health. I'll take it. I do a lot of crunch sit-ups too because I have a bad back. And if I don't, I pay the price. After a few weeks, my strength atrophies to the point where I'm not holding my abs in the right place and my back in the right place. And it starts to hurt down here. So anyway, this is a perfect push-up. I like this light working out in the bedroom, nobody around. Do what I want without anybody judging. And here I got this video camera going. But, you know, I wanted to share it with you, the progress that I've made. And also, Monday, I stopped eating. I just said, that's it. Until I see these abs. Until I can say, all right, this ab wheel will let you do this to your body if you're diligent enough and if you monitor your calories enough. Well, I wasn't doing that. Months went by and I would lose and gain. And I said, listen here, Dougie. No more eating until we see those abs. So I'm kind of holding myself hostage. And I'm not working out as hard yesterday and today. So I'm on my second day. I'm not feeling it at all. Just a slightly less energy. But that's all right. We're going to get this done. I think it's been, today is Thursday morning. Last time I ate was Monday night. And you can see that there's been changes already. I'm feeling a little weak. I'll see how many of these I can do. 12 is my maximum. I don't even know if I can make it to 12. But we'll try. can continue to not eat until these abs are showing. Well, here we are, the morning of day 4 without food. I'm trying to get my abs to show up. I know they're underneath this layer of fat. So every day, the gauge of how I'm doing will be do some pull-ups and see how many I can do. Yesterday, I did 13, which is an all-time high. I was very surprised, because I have been feeling different from not eating. My guts are empty, obviously. I do have a glass of wine in the evening, and I do have unlimited coffee in the daytime. I'm trying to stay hydrated. And I'm also being careful. If I start to feel lightheaded or something, I'll reevaluate my plan to not eat until we see my abs. And it might not take that long. I started out at 197. 4 days later, I'm at 184. That's amazing. And I'm feeling good. See how many pull-ups I can do. That's it. 12. And now I am lightheaded, but I'm going to keep going. I'll stop if I feel it's dangerous. But so far, so good. Here we are on the morning of day 5 of no food. I'm all right. I'm good. I'm feeling less energy, of course. I think I'm making progress. Started out at 197, and 5 days later, after 4 complete days of not eating, I've lost, I don't know, you do the math, and I'm a little fuzzy in my brain. I'm at 184. And I've had to get my mind right. Now, the hunger pains aren't pains. They're a nice feeling of no clutter in there. And every once in a while I gurgle and it's not really pain, and it's something that passes. And while that's happening, I am making sure that I am committed to doing what I said I was going to do, which is not eating until we see these abs. And we are getting close, okay? And here's what I have up to inspire me. Heard this at a sales meeting once when I was a door-to-door salesman, and the guy just mentioned it in passing. I am determined to reach my goal no matter what anyone says, thinks, or does. Anyone, I'm doing it. I'm not going to waver. I'm going to stick with it. We're going to see what happens. But I don't have a lot of confidence that I'm going to be able to do 12 pull-ups, which is what I could do when I started. I think on the second day I was up to 13, and then, I don't know, I made 12 yesterday. Just feeling a little weak today. I'm going to shake that thought off. got calluses. See that? From this. Now, I hardly ever do pull-ups from this thing, this position. It just doesn't seem to, I don't know, be as easy. Why would I want to make it easy? I don't know. It's too far spread for me is what I'm saying. Also, don't do it this way because I had a couple sessions with a personal trainer and she was very helpful with my weight, which she's the one that suggested the pull-ups. And then when I saw the ab carver, I thought, well, that's a good way. You got to go to a full hang, though, to get the benefits of pull-ups. Also, she told me that the military never has anyone do pull-ups with their hands in this position because there's no situation they're going to get in where they need to do that. And that makes a lot of sense. Anyway, here we go. My mind is right. I think I can do 12. Dougie, come on. I did it. Yes, I just about fainted. Who cares? I did it. Anyway, we'll lay down for some sit-ups or something in a minute. I love this thing. The ab carver. Let's carve some abs. It's the morning of day 6 without eating anything. And I lost, I don't know, maybe 15 pounds. Continued to work out. I felt a little lightheaded a couple times. No biggie. No biggie. And, you know, I've had to give myself a few talkings to regarding thinking about food. And I'm doing really well with that. I set a goal. I'm not going to eat until we see my abs. But I've had to modify that. I looked at yesterday's tape of me doing push-ups. No, pull-ups. And I think I did 12. But I nearly fainted. And once I looked at the tape, I said, dude, if you'd have fallen down, there were those dumbbells right near where your head would land. I'm doing this project solo, so there was no one around to help me, and so I think I'll do like 10 pull-ups today instead of 12. And if I start to feel dizzy after 10, I'm going to put the kibosh on that. I mean, my safety is a concern. Eventually. But I am determined to reach my goal, no matter what anyone says, thinks, or does. That's what's happening here. And we're getting close. I believe we are. Okay, 10 is my maximum. If I feel dizzy, I'm not even going to do 10. But I'm feeling really good. Feeling like a cocky bastard. I'll work on that. No, I can do 10 of these. Ten's gonna be it. But I finished strong. Not lightheaded. I hope you're noticing that I am losing. We are getting close. Close to the day I will eat again. Well, here we are. Made it to day 7. It's a week ago I decided that I'm not going to eat until we see my abs. I've been having an easy time actually with the not eating part. It's just the energy part. My energy is less than it was, as we can expect. There's other things going on. I feel pretty good. No obvious things like blood in the urine or whatever you might. I don't know what the bad things are that could happen. So I'm just paying attention to my mild lightheadedness, which is actually a pleasant elevation. And I'm telling you, have a glass of wine when you haven't eaten in a week. And I'm not driving. Okay, I'm going to do 10 pull-ups. Oh, I wanted to tell you this. I need to exercise. I don't feel good if I just lay around and go with the lack of energy. The majority of the time that's what I am doing. But the other times I'm getting in a lot of small workouts, like snacking. Just grab the dumbbells, grab the chin-up bar, have a little fun. Also, hot showers, long hot showers, seem to help my muscles somehow. They're not burning any food, they're burning fat and probably some muscle. I don't know how that works. I'm willing to risk that because I want to see the abs. And it's fun to follow through on something that when I initially thought of it, I thought, can I do that? Can I stop eating indefinitely? And then the answer came, oh hell yes I can. I've done it for a week. Okay, here's 10 pull-ups. Thank you. Thank you. If you're going to try this, just stopping eating for a while for weight loss or whatever reason you might, of course, you'd be thinking, well, where am I going to get the willpower to do that? That is a really scary thought, to stop eating indefinitely or pick a week. It's been a week. Today is day 8. And it was going great until yesterday. No, I haven't eaten anything. I didn't break my fast. It continues, but I was having a difficult time yesterday managing my thoughts because I live outside Philly, and the thought was a cheesesteak. And I was really feeling hunger pains yesterday. I drank a lot of water, a lot of coffee. I was restless, but I didn't have any energy. All those things were putting my mind in a place where it would have been easy to let go of my willpower. But I didn't. We're going to make it. Instead of thinking, cheesesteak, I started thinking, abs, they're underneath there. You can have a cheesesteak later. Forget about that. Focus on what you really want. And what I really want is to finish strong and see these abs. And I know we're going to pull it off. Yesterday, that was our dark night. And here's how I got past that thought. My mind was stuck on the cheesesteak. I had a glass of wine in the evening with 2 Tylenol PMs. I said, if I can't change my way of thinking, I'm going to stop thinking. And in the morning, it'll seem better. And I'll grab hold of my will again. And I did. We're going to make it. Now I'm going to do 10 pull-ups. I am determined to reach my goal, no matter what anyone says things are done. Anyone, including me, on a bad day. Anyone. I'm good. Day 8, just stay in the course. Put the days behind us. Stack them up in a long row. Pretty soon we'll have abs. My routine is pretty random, actually. I like to do things when I feel like doing them for however long I want to do them. So a lot of times, even though this is only 20 pounds, all I'm doing is basically pumping blood into my muscles and then going about my day. I do this a few times a day. I'm not looking for big bulk. I'm not looking for massive strength, although what I do want to end up with is the strength to do the things that I want to do. Kayak, backpack, and rock climbing. Things that take some stamina. And all those things do. And they're a lot more fun when you're in shape when you go to do them. I'll have to get in shape and be in shape, and I think I'm almost there, and I'll be able to eat. This is day 10 with no food. I'm still feeling really good. I gotta tell you, these perfect push-up things, it just makes a push-up more fun, feel more powerful. I'm not sure the idea behind them, but I got the package because I really like the ab wheel. And I thought, well, what else are they selling? Perfect push-up? I'm in. What's the other thing? Pull-up bar, perfect pull-up? I'll take it. But thing you don't know about it is you get the abs right away. But if you're like me, they're buried under a layer of fat. And the only way to be able to see them is to go on a pretty strict diet. And I've elected to get this done, and that means the diet started 10 days ago, and I'm not watching what I eat because I'm not eating anything. Simple. Okay, now, I'm going to prove to you I'm not faint-hearted because I haven't eaten. Here we go, 10 pull-ups. I think my abs are not far beneath, and we're going to find them. See you tomorrow. End of day 10 without eating. I'm at 180 pounds. I started at 190. 7.5. And so I think I've done pretty well. I haven't eaten a thing. This is what's fun about this project for me. It entertains me. And I get to share it with you. And I allow myself wine and caffeine. And some sugar-free cocoa. And I'm just not thinking about food anymore. What I'm thinking about is I probably got 15 pounds to go. The camera has a fisheye, so pardon me that it looks like now, it looks like my belly's huge and my head's way up here. That's how the camera works. So I'm going to have to get some photos of the process that aren't fisheyed like that. Because I can go like this, and you're like, whoa, dude, you're a monster. Or I can go like this. Anyway, I am honest with you, I haven't had a raisin or a grape or a cookie or a sugar-free pudding. This has been really fun for me to just make this promise and keep it. And I'm quite sure I'm not going to die of some, oh my God, a 56-year-old man lived on nothing but wine and water and sugar-free hot cocoa. Something else. Anyway. Some Tullamore Dew. So, I'm just happy that it's going so well and that it's so basically pain-free. It's just like, hey, I'm going to do it. I want to see. As I look and I see my body changing, I see different things that I couldn't see before, and it's just fun. I'm really happy to have such a healthy body and be able to just change it. Say, I'm going to do this. It's really satisfying. Hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. Day 11. I'm not eating till we see the abs. We are very close, my friends. I'm going to do 10 pull-ups to show you that I am just fine, even though I haven't eaten anything in 10 full days. Oh, I'm getting tired. Huh? Psych. See you tomorrow. The morning of day 12. Not eating. I'm losing about a pound a day, which is not much, but my activity level isn't much, really. So, I've got to be patient. I feel like I'm getting close. It feels like there's just a real thin layer. This is half as thick as it was when we started. And I'm pretty happy here. But if we look at the box, this guy's abs are like, I'm sure they've been airbrushed. That is really impressive, but I don't think my abs will ever be that pronounced. I can feel each little segment underneath the fat. It's not that important that I look like that. I just want to get in the range where, that this is the truth. If you're going to be diligent enough, this ab carver will do this. Well, I know it will. It's already done it. That's the thing. When I started the not eating, it had already done it. I already had abs. It's just you can't see them unless you go to extremes with your diet or take, plenty of time and discipline with your diet. I'm taking all the discipline at once. Now I'm doing 10 pull-ups to prove that I'm physically healthy enough to continue with the not eating plan until we see the abs. I believe I am. And this shouldn't be a big problem. I'm feeling good. I forgot about eating. And that's all right. That's really a good place to be if you want to lose weight fast. Here we go. See you tomorrow. Day 13. Feeling steady and strong. And ready to do 10 pull-ups. My throat is dry, but shouldn't affect my pull-ups. See you tomorrow. Hey. You're watching a video about a guy who quit eating 14 days ago. It's day 14. And I vowed that I wouldn't eat until we could see my abs. And I'm getting close. It's kind of, it seems like it would be hard. And if you want to do something like this, I want to try and explain what I'm thinking and how I get myself to not eat. I got a story in my head, and I'm a fat little kid, and there's a bully at school. He follows me around, and he follows me home. He's my next door neighbor, and he's bigger and stronger. And he only does two things. He tells me to eat, and he picks at me. And he's always offering me food. And if he's not doing that, he's telling me I'm a fat kid. I'm a little jerk. He's being a bully. And he is so mean. Our society is full of these messages. And there's a whole food industry. And that's all right. It's great to have all kinds of great food, all you can eat. Our society has gone a little overboard on that. And they're afraid of this bully. The one that gives each individual the message. Eat some more. Don't you want this? Hey, let's order a pizza. It goes on and on and on. But I think I'm proving that the bully can be defeated. We're on day 14. And the metaphor that I have in my head is this bully is crafty, he's wily, he's nasty, he's a street fighter. He does not have our best interest at heart. And so the other morning, actually 14 mornings ago, I got up and I made the decision to stop eating until I see my abs. You need to make a similar decision, whatever that is for you. And I walked outside and I sucker punched that bully and I jumped on him and threw him on the ground. I jumped on top of him, I rolled him over, and I twisted his arm behind his back till I can't imagine the tendons haven't popped. I'm holding him down. I get on him in the morning and I hold him down all day with ruthlessness. When he tempts me, when he says, hey, let's go through the drive-thru, I lift his hair, lift his head by the hair, give him a little pop, his nose on the pavement, and then I'm polite about it. I say, no thanks. Okay? Every message of food, the meaning is, will you eat? It will make us happy if you eat more often, more calories, if you spend more money, if you keep a constant flow of food going right through you all the time. We don't care how fat you get. That bully is ruthless. We're going to tell him no thanks as if he were a telemarketer. Click. Okay. Give him a little nose jab. Give him a little reminder that he's supposed to be quiet. Say no thanks. Or say shh. Or say, hey, tough guy, didn't I tell you to be quiet? These are the ways that you handle a hunger pain or a craving. It can be done, but you got to get on that bully every morning and you got to recognize where you are when that temptation comes, when that very mild is. Our society is so afraid to be hungry. It's not that bad. You should try it. This is how you should get started. You should stop eating from right now till the time you feel a hunger pain. Try that. And then if you know that it isn't so bad, maybe you could sucker punch that bully. Maybe you could climb on his back and twist his arm. Pop his nose into the pavement. Reprimand him. You be in charge. It can be done. Now, I'm going to do 10 pull-ups to show you that after 14 days of no food, Yogi is still strong. I got new glasses. Maybe I'm the world's toughest geek. Make that decision. Come on. Follow the trail I'm blazing. You can do it. See you tomorrow. Day 15 without eating. I don't know how long I got to go. Probably at least 3 days, maybe more. I'm starting to think now and then about exactly what I'm going to have to eat when it's time, and I realize I'm jumping the gun. And also, It helps me realize there's hardly ever any hunger pains anymore. And I know what to do, the metaphor of the bully, and also, get a glass of tea in me, whatever I need to do. Calm down and don't worry about it, and realize something really important, an insight I had. When you're dealing with food, you're dealing with flavors, and textures, and temperatures, and all the different ingredients. And it's great. It's uniformly pleasurable. Not having pleasure is what's happening to me. It's not that it's painful to skip a meal. It's painful to not chew that, feel those flavors, those temperatures and textures. It's not pain. It's an absence of pleasure, which is different. So I'm trying to keep my mind in the right place. This is a mental game, much more so than anything physical. And I think part of my attitude management is what's giving me strength. I don't feel like I haven't eaten in 14 days at all. And now I'm going to do some pull-ups. See you tomorrow. Day 16 in Ab Quest. It's going to be prop day. Here's where we are on the calendar, and we started at 197.5 pounds. This morning, 175.0. I'm pretty proud. I'll try not to be obnoxious. But look, here's a before picture. This is years ago when I lived in the mountains. My grandson was real young. He had that funky goatee. Look, see the little spot in my eye? Can you see that? See, I'm the same guy. First I lost about 38 pounds. And then, I was pretty happy to have lost 38 pounds. So I wasn't obsessing. I wasn't saying, hey, I got to have abs or anything like that. But this endeavor, which was only focused on abs, gave me a free facelift. I'm happy with that. That's really cool. There are a lot of other byproducts already showing up that are really nice. And if you add into that, that I've just given up the place in my mind that makes food a big part of my life. I'll get back to it, but actually, the metaphor I'm using where the bully is on the ground and I'm on top of him and I'm twisting his arm behind his back real hard. Any kind of temptation he throws my way and I push his face into the ground. I know, it sounds ruthless and mean. But what kind of thought system, what kind of metaphor would you need to use to do what I've done, which is stop with the food? Ignore or have some kind of a game you play with yourself with every kind of temptation so that it becomes relatively pain-free to lose weight quickly by not eating. I got another before picture. This is at my daughter's wedding. The duct tape cleverly conceals her identity. Someday I will learn to edit and pixelate. But you may have noticed all my little segments I do, hopefully without having to edit them every day. Even if there's little glitches, you can live with them. Also, I recognize that this time of not eating is going to continue for me until I produce some abs. So I was like, yesterday, I came up with this ridiculous new ab exercise that really, I don't know if you can see that. Human physiologists are probably appalled. But man, that seems to really pinpoint the place where I want to lose. Anyway, I'm about to show you that 15 days of not eating is not affecting me morale-wise or energy-wise anymore. I think my body has learned to burn the fat efficiently. And probably muscle. I know. It's all right. I didn't ever want to be huge. I want to see my abs. That wasn't as easy as yesterday, but we'll keep going. It's a good way to laugh at myself. Things went in the wrong direction. I'll explain. We're back on track. I am wearing something different. I want to stay in the same pair of swim trunks the whole time. But I have a story to tell. And I need to tell it with this ridiculous Speedo on. The cord had come loose out of the slot and it was hanging. So I tried to fish it through and feed it and fix it, and it was such a pain. And I got out my knife and I just cut looking for the cord, and I pulled them out. Anyway, so now the cord that should be on the inside in here. Right there. The reason I'm wearing the Speedo is day 16 did not go well. Don't believe I lost my willpower, but I have gained 10 pounds. Hear me out, here's what happened. I had this leg cramp, and the last time I had one of those was in wrestling in high school, and it was so bad and curled my toes so bad, and wrestling shoes are, I thought they were going to rip because of this lock on my, Anyway, I felt that again, and I knew that we were not, I'm not going to mess around with that. A leg cramp pain versus a hunger pain. There's absolutely no comparison. In fact, sometimes they call it a hunger pang because it isn't really pain. All right, so I didn't sign up for leg cramp pain. And then I said, all right, we're done. And I called the local sub shop and I ordered, what would you think I would order? A bowl of soup or some, I don't know. I ordered a large Italian sub with hot peppers. Not playing around here. I was not a sick patient. There was nothing that made me stop eating because of injury or illness. And so I didn't feel like I had to coddle my digestive system. In fact, it should be ready to go since it's had so much time off. Anyway, so I'm looking at the leg cramp. I get it finished. The sub's on the way. Okay. That's really good. And then the horrifying thing. Remember how I had mentioned that I have to anticipate I might lose some muscle mass. Well, then I started looking at my legs for that to happen, and oh hell yes, it happened. So I'm wearing this ridiculous bathing suit so that you can see, first of all, my tan lines, but also my very skinny legs. I don't know what the camera makes it look like, but I think it's ridiculous. So then I was wholeheartedly behind my decision to abort this mission because of the possible damage I was doing to my body, or at least somehow my legs wouldn't be as strong. So I ate that sub, and it didn't take long, and it felt good and it tasted good. Got up in the morning, forgot all about the project. I ate a steak for breakfast, a bigger steak for lunch, I ate M&M's peanut and plain. I had cheese and crackers. I had clams. The fried clams that you buy and you put in the oven. I only had like 3 of those. But by that time, maybe I was full. It wasn't interesting. I ate chips and salsa. I ate 2 cupcakes. I drank a beer. I just had fun with it. It was good stuff. And then I was going to bed, and I thought, it's a shame I never got to see my abs. So I Googled leg cramps to see just how serious it was. And it said, it's just a potassium deficiency, and all you need is some vinegar and honey. And the skinny legs, I've already got them. So what? I wasn't vain about that. All right, maybe I get toothpick legs. Who cares? I could put on weight later. I don't think it'll be permanent damage. And I don't think this leg cramp thing is the menace that I thought it was. So I've changed my tune, and I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of red cider vinegar, which I have, and honey, which I have, a teaspoon of that, every day, and that'll keep the cramps away. If I have a different medical condition and I have to stop, I will stop, but then I'll reevaluate. See, I didn't want to lose to that bully. This whole thing is not about diet and exercise, which we know is the way to lose weight. Both of those are totally dependent on the major issue, which we are demonstrating and talking about here, and that is motivation. So go back to the metaphor of the bully. Okay, he gave me some leg cramps, which made me have to let go of him. And when he got up, he was ruthless. Okay, fine. Well, I sucker punched him this morning because I'm going right back to not eating. As of last night, I guess. We'll start counting again. It doesn't matter to me. I want to see these abs. If I have to eat again in a medical emergency, I won't eat 80 tons like the whole thing is over. And overnight, I gained almost exactly 10 pounds. I know that as my system clears, that's going to go a lot quicker than the pound-a-day pace I was on after, 4 or 5 days of not eating. And there are lots of things about the not eating that I like. Just the feeling of nothing in there. I love the feeling of having lost weight, and I feel better, I feel lighter, my clothes, I'm going to have to get some new clothes. That is a fun task. And so I'm like, all right, I really got the best of both worlds if I've got this leg cramp thing licked. I got to have a day off. I got to have the pleasure of eating in whatever quantity I wanted. It was like a mini vacation that cleared my head, but it also let me know that I am committed, because it's not like there's been no glitch. There's been no chance for me to say, the heck with it. It was too hard. It was not too hard. I'm going back to it now. I have that bully on the ground again. I'm twisting his arm again. I'm going to give his nose a little tap. I'm not going to give up. And I'm stronger for that, having hit some obstacles, overcome them. And here we are, right back where we were. Who's the most tenacious, Mr. Bully? I feel good about it. I am feeling a little fat this morning. Let's do 10 of these. Oh, one other thing. I noticed this last night. I usually sleep with a sheet and then a blanket over me, and I never change the temperature up here. It's always 72 degrees. But last night, I had so much energy from this furnace inside me. I couldn't have any sheet on at all. I was thinking about opening a window at one point. It's going good. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad for my decision to keep going, to not get sidetracked. Now I'm going to go have my little cup of vinegar and honey. I've had my GoPro Hero 2 for a couple of years. You can see how beat up the poor thing is. And the sound was going bad, and I thought, alright, gotta get a better camera. Also, the fisheye nature of this lens is distorting the documentation of the changes my body is going through because of the ab quest we are in the middle of. So I'm going to show you that even without eating, I still have plenty of energy by doing 10 pull-ups. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Okay, here's the awesome setup that I had with the GoPro when I started this project. And now I have this awesome camera. Isn't that cool? So, as long as we're playing with the cameras, and now I got 2 different segments for today, which is day whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm in it till we see the abs. You can see the difference. You can see the difference and why the fisheye wasn't working. Also the sound on the GoPro. It served me so well for 2 years. A long time. I got nothing but great things to say about GoPro. But I got a Sony HD something or other, which is real nice. I'm happy with that too. Let's focus on what's important here. I am determined to reach my goal no matter what anyone says, thinks, or does. My goal is not to eat till I see the abs. We're getting close, I know we are. But I don't have any anxiety over the uncertainty that I can't say, okay, by next Tuesday I'm going to have a giant plate of spaghetti or whatever. I just let that settle like a cloudy pond, and now it's clear and it's all good. And I didn't even think of myself as fat because I had lost 38 pounds to get where I was. So I'm like, hey, 56 years old, big deal. And I don't really think that I want to manage my diet so vigorously that I will always have abs showing. No, I'm a 56-year-old man. I don't need abs. This whole project was about the ability to face a hunger pain and the uncertainty of when you're going to eat next. To show by example how even if you wouldn't want to approach anything like this, you might be overeating so much that it's really making you angry or sad with yourself. And you think willpower is out of your reach. It's not. You're just like me. You're a human being. But if you follow the same steps I've taken in my mind, which I've been talking about, You should be able to go 20 minutes more, or eat a little less, or make food so important, so unimportant to you for 3, 4, 5 hours. You could go longer than you thought you could. You could feel a touch of a hunger pain. Don't freak out. It's possible for you to know what it's like, even if you think you have no willpower. So that's where I think the whole documentary thing of me trying to see my abs, me turning off that desire for food, how I do it, the proof that I've done it, and the changes in my body. I think that could be useful to you as an inspiration. You say, hey, the guy challenged the bully and he took him on, and I could do that. I could do that for a little while, not 15 days, or whatever this will end up to. But you have a strength within you. It comes from the same place where all my strength and energy comes from. That's how we're all connected. And so, hopefully, I can help you, if you want, to move in the direction that I have. Now I'm going to prove to you that a few days without eating has not affected my ability to do 10 pull-ups. I feel like I've reached a plateau, and it's tough going, but I'll tough it out. See you tomorrow. As I mentioned yesterday, I had reached a plateau, and I just had to tough it out, and I knew the situation would change, and it did. But the dilemma was I was stuck for 2 days without that scale moving at all, and I was doing the same things, which is not eating, doing my exercise routine, and trusting my body to move us in the direction of the goal, and it wasn't happening. The reason that's can be so disheartening and damaging to your mental game in any endeavor when you see a lack of progress is that's what's exhausting. Think how much effort it would be to play in a really big NFL game and to lose. Oh, how disheartening, and how much every bruise and ache and pain hurts the next day. But if you win the Super Bowl, now you're full of energy and you're going to be out celebrating that with gusto. The situation can determine your emotions, and it can be wearing. And so the scale not moving was wearing. I was aware that I needed to persevere, and the main thought that carried me through that time of difficulty was that I knew the situation would change. I've been here before. In any goal-directed activity, you will have an unsteady amount of progress, while you need to remain systematic about your efforts to get there. And so I was. In fact, I ramped them up last night. I did some extra workouts, thinking, okay, well, I can wait, and I can also do what I can to help that breakthrough to come. And it did. 3 pounds I lost. And now this is hard to put any focus on at all, because I want to remain positive. But if I hadn't had that leg cramp, and I hadn't ate that 10 pounds of food, it wouldn't have taken me 6 days and nights of not eating to get back to where I was when I took that first bite. I think the bully analogy works very well, because when I'm responding to temptation with my own little mental game, imagining this bully and I've got him down and I can push his head with the other hand, I've got his arm twisted, in that metaphor, I have to look at myself as overcoming this more powerful enemy who's made it really hard on me, and I cannot let him up. I cannot let him go, or there's going to be hell to pay. So part of that mental game is this penalty very much in my awareness. Don't do that. Don't yield to temptation, or the bully is going to wail on you. You have the upper hand. You won't have it forever. You have to eat someday. But now we are going to get through this round of temptation. So it makes me have to think of myself as more powerful, not weaker than this bully. Temporarily, I am stronger than this bully, and I'm able to overcome these temptations. So that's where I am. It's fun. It's a fun journey. The journey is not about losing weight and getting skinny. It started out about the abs, but now it's about how to get yourself to do things you thought you couldn't do, and that's what I'm hoping that maybe I could teach some viewers by example. So that's where we are. I should probably do the chin-ups, but I want to do them later. I want to get some more coffee in me. I'm not feeling weak or anything. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to use the GoPro anymore, or just save it for action and underwater shots, because the sound is kind of messed up, and I like this camera better. Nothing against GoPro, but I'm not constantly skydiving. I need a camera that I can talk to. It was nice talking to you. And I'm so close to the ab thingy. Whoa. I've been trying to burn off these last bits by doing this. Oh, I can do that so easily. My abs are in great shape. I can put my feet up on this beam. And you can see I've learned to trust this chin-up bar. It's going to keep me up. Anyway, it's been a fun project, but I think I'm nearing the end. I think I did what I set out to do. And I'm glad you shared the journey with me. I lost 24.1 pounds in 26 days. But in that, on the 16th day, I got the leg cramp, which I called off the whole project. Ate 10 pounds of food, gained 10 pounds in 24 hours. And then I went immediately back to the challenge when I realized how easy it was to deal with leg cramps. So I didn't let that take me out of the game. But it took me 6 full days of not eating to get back to. I'm real close. Real close to being finished with the ab project. I don't know. I was talking to my personal trainer today, and she was like, "This is absolutely the worst way to lose weight. You should have talked to me. You shouldn't have just stopped eating. You could have done this just as quick. Not putting your body into starvation mode, blah, blah, blah." And she's right. Okay, fine. But that wasn't about diet and exercise and the best practices for losing weight. This is all about willpower, and that's what I explained to her. It's not what she thinks it is. And I think we've done pretty good with the willpower. Especially when you look back, because we're almost at the finish line. And you think about the strategy I employed to manage my mind to get me to not eat for so long and to keep exercising and to not fall into a funk and say, oh no, it's too hard. It's not too hard. And I undertook the journey with happy confidence. And I'm proud to say that I employed it all the way. And I think if, you know, this had been a reality TV show with a producer having a cameraman follow me around, and they would have tense music, and right before the commercial break they'd build it to a giant crescendo and have pictures of me going and biting my nails and looking at a burger like it's the most beautiful sight in the world. Terrible temptation, because they'd have to generate all this upset to be overcome, this suffering to make the transaction paid for. All right, you lost this much weight, you had to suffer that much, and that wasn't the strategy I employed. The metaphor of the bully is different. It's, I will persevere and dominate this bully because I can't let him up. I can't. It doesn't jive with what I'm doing. Because that's a very valuable skill, to be able to get yourself to do what you want on a consistent basis. I'm feeling really good. I really am. I'm happy with my new body, and I'm learning to use my new camera. I'm feeling really good. I really am. Are we there yet? You know where we're not. We're not there, and we're never gonna be. I don't think Superman had abs like that. But I think there is truth in advertising that if I was to lose 5 more pounds, I could be there. I don't know. It's just, it's been a really fun project, but I'm kind of wanting to eat, and plus I don't want to go overboard and become this anorexic crazy dude. I'm already the crazy dude, so we'll decide on the morrow if we're gonna keep going or not. Woke up this morning, reviewed the footage from yesterday, which will now be called the final day, because I saw abs. Thing about abs I didn't know, and you wouldn't know unless somebody told you or you had them yourself, it would be that the light has to be just right. I mean, not the guy on the box with the washboard, but they are like a thin muscle, and very easily the body covers them up with fat. But I've got them. I don't know if I want to keep them. I certainly want to eat today, so I'll take you with me. We're going to many fine dining establishments, and it's going to be fun. I'll try to keep it within reason. No, I won't. Not today. I'll enjoy myself. And then I'm going to meet with my personal trainer and get a program together that makes sense, because of course this did not make sense except for the demonstration of the willpower, which I believe we employed successfully. We reached our goal, and now I can take down my little sign. I am determined to reach my goal no matter what anyone says, thinks, or does. And I was doing something that a lot of my friends and family were questioning, but that's alright. They know me. They knew I probably wasn't going to die. We're going to have fun today.
Would you like to buy any Girl Scout cookies?
I would, and I'm really hungry.
Okay.
What have you got?
We have the Thin Mints, which are thin.
Yes.
I mean, they're thin. And these are peanut butter. These are peanut butter sandwich cookies, and these are peanut butter Daddy, these are coconut, these are shortbread, these are lemon.
I've never had those.
And they're $4 a box.
$4 a box.
Very much.
Yeah.
You're gonna have some do-si-dos. Keep the change. Thank you, lady.
Thank you. The change
all right.
goes to Operation Taste the Food.
Pardon me?
The change goes to Operation Taste the Food. It's to the troops.
Oh, that's great. Excuse me while I chow down.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Gonna go get some German food on South Street. Crispy pigtails. Excuse me. It crossed my mind to keep the doggy bag ready in case my gluttony led to projectile vomiting. Even though it's so delicious. That's why I would overload like this. But I've been having a blast, and I still haven't gotten to the Wiener Schnitzel. Veal Wiener Schnitzel. Happy Saturday night.